government watchdog for Californians with student loans. You may qualify for relief. Check your eligibility now. Go to dfpi.ca.gov/back on track and see why so many people are celebrating.
Are you single and ready to mingle? That's because when you're single, you're free. Free to go wherever you want, whenever you want, and do whatever you want. All you need are places to go, things to do, and single people like yourself to do them with. And Events and Adventures takes care of all of that. Events and Adventures is a singles club that offers up to 30 fun activities every single month. We celebrate being free, being alive, and not swiping your life away on a dating app. Get started today at eventsandadventures.com and live a life you love.
Airborne, do more. Airborne's 8-in-1 immune support formula is great for the whole family and has 8 vitamins, minerals, and herbs like A, C, E, and zinc. Available in delicious assorted fruit-flavored gummies that are convenient to grab and go, or fizzy, zesty, orange-flavored effervescent tablets that you can enjoy with a glass of water. Learn more at airbornedomore.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the Patriot. Well, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jetliner. And if you want a little bang in your union, come along.
One of those moments that not only comes around every 3, 4, 5 generations. We all know in our bones that our democracy is at risk.
You heard the president say this the other night. He has been very clear on this as well. We may not know all the winners of elections for a few days.
What was at stake tonight and this week was the fact whether we will be a democracy in the future, whether our children will be arrested and conceivably killed.
Gas prices too high, mortgage rates going up, inflation on the rise. Time to vote out the Dems. Get them out of here. Today's the day. Get out and vote. Our country depends on it. Yeah, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. Sean Hannity, the new Sean Hannity Show. More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold, inspired solutions for America.
I'm glad you're with us. It is election day in the great country of the United States of America, but I'm just watching a report on Fox News. By the way, Pennsylvania voters cast ballots in high-stake rates. That literally, they said in Arizona that we can believe that we'll have 99% of the vote counted by Friday. Today is Tuesday. All of these other states have the ability to go out there and actually count the votes, and we know the results tonight. Why can't these other states? Now, it gets even more bizarre out there. Is Carrie Lake coming on? I just texted her.
We are working on those.
Okay, so now, this just broke. This is the Washington Post, hardly the vast right-wing conspiracy network. Quote, problems with voting machines in Arizona's Maricopa County trigger unfounded fraud claims. What do you mean unfounded? You know, how do we know anything right now to make any definitive conclusion? You don't know. Anyway, so if, I don't know what vertebrate you're talking about. Oh, okay, well, Carrie Lake is on the line. Okay, so she's out there saying today, Carrie Lake had to go to a different polling place than normal because, you know, and she says, by the way, there's got to be a coming to Jesus for elections here in Arizona. And she said that, you know, we're going to encourage people to stay in line. We're going to vote. We're going to stay in line. The people of Arizona would walk over hot coals and broken glass to vote today. And I know they can't stand in line for a couple of hours if they have to, but I know they'll stand in line for 8 hours if they have to. And they will vote. And my message to the people of Arizona is do not get out of line until you have cast your vote. Don't get out of line until you cast your vote. These things are looking very good for us. Now, they may be trying to slow a red tsunami, but it's coming, and we're going to take back Arizona. And I know the people are out there voting But anyway, she apparently had trouble out in Arizona. This is where the Washington Post article comes in. Now, their headline is misleading. Problems with voting machines in Arizona's Maricopa County trigger unfounded fraud claims. Okay, that's not the point. This is the United States of America. And if we're having problems on voting day and you say it's unfounded claims, you have made a definitive statement that you don't know what's going on out there. That's the point. Nobody knows. I certainly don't know. All we know is that they are admitting, I'll read verbatim from the Washington Post, problems with machines at some voting locations in Maricopa County, home to more than half of Arizona's voters, have become grist for prominent right-wing voices who deny the legitimacy of the 2020 election to claim without evidence that Tuesday's vote was also fraudulent. Why is it unreasonable to expect that when you go to vote that you're not going to have problems such as this? How is it all these other states are able to handle elections and give us results the day of? Why are we being told that 99% of the vote will be counted by Friday and today is Tuesday? Anyway, they're pointing out, and I'll go back to the Washington Post, tabulators at about 20% of the 223 voting locations in the county were experiencing problems, county officials told the Washington Post. Election officials were fixing the problems, advised voters to either wait for tabulators to come back online or go to another voting location or to drop ballots in secure slots. And ballots dropped in the slots are counted either at the end of the day or in the coming days at the county's tabulation center in downtown Phoenix. County officials stressed that no one was being prevented from voting, no one's ballot has been mishandled, and they have said for weeks the ballot counting could take as many as 12 days. Why does it take 12 days out there? Anyway, Maricopa County Elections Department is their blue check mark advice for voters. If a tabulator is not working at your site, you can still vote. You have the option to cast your ballot and place it into a secure ballot box. Poll workers on site at voting locations are best equipped to help you ensure that your ballot is cast. Anyway, it says, here we go. Why are we having problems? Why is this so complicated? Why is it not complicated in most other states? Why? There's no reason for this with the United States of America. And I'll tell you where we need to be headed now. And also out in Arizona, we brought this issue up in recent days. You have Kari Lake is going up against the Arizona Secretary of State, Katie Hobbs, also the Democratic nominee for governor, and she has been asked, and others have recommended, previous AGs out in Arizona, that she recuse herself because as the Secretary of State currently, running for governor currently, there's an obvious conflict of interest, and she's been repeatedly asked to recuse herself, and she's not. This is not complicated. And I'll tell you where we need to end up with all of this. It's simple. Make Election Day a national holiday. Make it a national holiday. People that are older, infirmed, whatever, they can offer reasons to get an absentee ballot. If you're going to be traveling, if you're going to be out of your state, out of town, you can't make it, you should be able to have an absentee ballot. You want to participate in democracy. Everybody else, every able-bodied man, woman, and child should get a paper ballot on Election Day, fill it out. Every state has the same system. It has to be adopted constitutionally by the states. And then at the end of the voting period, you have partisan observers watching the voting, partisan observers watching the vote count, and then you add up the ballots that night and you give a result. It's that simple. You need voter ID, you need signature verification, you need updated voter rolls, you need chain of custody controls, and partisan observers watching the count, and partisan observers watching the vote in every precinct, and then you will end your problem. And the good news is everybody will have confidence in the results, and if you don't like it that you lost, too bad. If you don't like it, if you won and you're happy, you know that you won honestly. I mean, they're raising these questions. Now, let me give you another example. And this is in the great state of Pennsylvania. Now, the Washington Post also reports that election officials in key states are warning that results may not be known for days. Officials in a handful of closely contested states are warning that the winners of these tight races may not be known on election night. We're now being told 99% of the vote in Arizona is not going to be until Friday. In Pennsylvania,